Praise be upon Jehovah, the only God of all existence. Praise be upon his name and praise be upon his being by all without exception. Amen. I've decided to do a new series of videos concerning Australia in particular, though I do believe that the videos I'll be doing will concern every white Western nation. There is no doubt that our societies are under attack by a group of people who wish to transform us. It has become acceptable with political correctness and the establishment, that being the government and the society of Western nations which are white, and that is racial. We are seeing our nations flooded with non-white people, and especially those who are somewhat adverse to Christianity, and indeed one can say to normal morality. So I've decided to make this video and others because I have seen plenty of what you would call street preachers, people who go out upon the streets to talk about the love of Jesus, to talk about right and wrong, about simple basic morals, and I've seen them become disheartened. I do not believe that our societies, and in this clip or series of clips I'll be referring to Australia, but I believe it's the same all over. We cannot just sit back and allow this to happen. We are seeing something that is absolutely corrupted, taken over. We are seeing people being remoulded, people compromising their principles, and in effect negotiating their faith, just to be politically correct, just to be popular on things such as Twitter and YouTube. We are seeing an entire racial group of people being disinherited from their own nations. And again, this is a global phenomenon. And we are seeing the moving of populations of people from one land to the other. And in effect, they do not have a homeland. And if this is achieved, then basically people will have no root, no base to, no foundation for anything that they are or that they should be. I will be dealing with the likes of transsexual children, the economy, the role of religions, which are these days not spiritual but political. And I don't care who I offend, but I will say these things because they need to be said. And you can approve of what I say, you can absolutely hate me for what I say, but I will say it anyway. So you might want to just tag along, see the rest of what I've got to say, and let's take it up, and I'll go into the Australian bit. Sometimes I think I can only speak to Australians, particularly those of the East Coast and the major cities. That means Sydney, Brisbane, Melbourne, Canberra, and you can throw in Hobart as well. Though I think there is a huge difference now between those of the state cities and those of the rural areas. And sometimes you've got to speak to people in flippant manners. And this is why I am using a picture of Jimmy Hart to hopefully speak to you in the manner that you are most probably used to. And do I think Australians are a bunch of idiots? It depends. If you talk to them individually, no. However, if you talk to them in a group, it's just the same old answer. The politically correct one, the popular one. It depends. Because, let's face it, there are serious issues in Australia where people, for some reason, seem to think they live in Egypt because they spend most of their time in denial. And the fact of the matter is, I was told this by a guy I was just speaking to on the street that the current generation could possibly be the last generation of Australia. You know, with the parents turning their kids into transsexuals, people only care about footy, they care about TV. You know, is this the basis of any society? No. Well, if it's not the basis of any society, then how can any nation which is based on the likes of beer, football, and celebrities go, how can it function? The fact is it cannot and it will not and it will fail. Just to be popular, people will, submit themselves into a mindset where they believe everything's going to be okay as long as there is money to be found somewhere. That's all it's about. That's what life is about. If that is the case, then it's about time you got this kumbaya attitude out of your skull. Fact is, Australia is failing, the world is failing. So with my series of clips, I will be putting URLs for you to check upon. And I tell you, don't believe a word I say. Check it for yourselves. You were given a brain, check it for yourselves. The easy way out is no longer an option for you. This idea that the government's going to fix things up for you is a fallacy. It is kumbaya thinking. It will fail you. And not only do you fail yourself, you fail your parents and your children if you go along with this. I mean, there is no easy way out. And I'm not here to claim that I know everything, but I will tell you everything that I know, and I don't care if you are offended by it. It may come across as though I'm slapping you in the face, but if I don't slap you in the face and you keep this attitude of, oh, everything will be alright, mate, then someone else will slap you in the face and you might not ever get up again. Our lives are meant to have value, and yet we are seeing a reversal of order. Before, TV used to reflect real life. Now real life reflects TV. Your actual gender now does not matter what you have between your legs. It depends on what you think you might have between your legs. The colour of your skin is no longer important. It's what you optionally choose to view yourself as. This is whacked out. This is lunacy. And this has to come to a stop. And hopefully I will convince you, although in all honesty, from what I've come across lately in what's supposedly a strange society, I don't especially care to, but I know there are a few of you out there who do understand what I'm saying and do want to do something about it. And, you know, every act you can do to put a chink in the wall, to put a crack in the wall, helps. And this is why I'm doing this. You can be like everyone else, you know, you walk through any city these days, people, they just want to entertain themselves until they die. With the most trivial crap, with indoctrination, with people who just see them as money banks. You know, the cult of celebrity ultimately boils down to how much they can screw you out of. They just want your money. You can die tomorrow, and in all honesty, no one's going to give a shit. You have people who think, oh well, I've been a faithful employee for all these years, and when I retire, I'll be remembered as a great employee. Fact of the matter is, you'll be forgotten within 2 or 3 days, and it'll be as though you never existed, and it means nothing. And when you look at it, and the way society judges you, unless you're a celebrity, unless you have money, then your life means nothing. And that's how it is, and it's about time Australia, other white nations, and indeed the entire world realises what they are actually worth. So take it or leave it. But I do recommend, if you are going to continue to view this series, have a pen and paper nearby, because I'll give you the URLs of websites which confirm what I say. And yeah, just take notes in general, check them for yourselves. Check everything I say for yourself. You're not going to get truth from TV, and this is evident now. We have TV stations that just churn out bullshit under the name of fact. We don't have facts anymore, we have post-fact, post-truth. Depending on what you feel accommodates you, you can pick and choose truth as you want. But truth is truth, and you should check it for yourself.